From Holy Mackerel Productions' roving world headquarters at a secure location near a large body of water in eastern North America, it's the Maine Event Radio Show. The Maine Event, homegrown, good for you, and always bringing you great entertainment from our own backyard. Hi, Dan Foley here. Good to have your company as we cruise the entertainment highways and byways of the Pine Tree State and beyond. So if you're ready, what do you say we get rolling? Get this show on the road, so to speak. Here it comes down that electronic highway, this edition of the Maine Event Radio Show.
Well, I've been broke down on the road without you by my side. I've been choking on the blues and those feelings just ain't right. When the morning comes around and those windows shed a light, it's the same thing every day. I just want you by my side. When my engine's running rough, my wheels shed skin. Lock myself out of your heart, no spare key to let me in. When the night comes trickling down and the spirits bustle in, it's the same thing every night. I want you to come back in, pretty mama. Come back into my life. Come back in, pretty mama. Come back in, deep inside this house of love. I can't live here all alone. Come back in, pretty mama. Rest your pretty bones. Yeah, well, you're tough as a leather bowl and wild as a night. My soul is incomplete when those lonesome times arise. Let me say with wise words, the best time to analyze, but my thoughts are trickling back from my worried mind. And I will walk this ancient land. Maybe I'll find you to the day I turn to dust. I will always burn for you. It's a curse, it's the worst, all the love I have for you. So you come back, pretty mama. All my blues are coming true. Yeah, come back in, pretty mama. Come back in to my life. Come back in, pretty mama. Come back in, deep inside this house of love. I can't live here all alone. Come back in, pretty mama. Rest your pretty bones. La 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 la
have yet to drive. Give me rhythm, yeah, give me rhyme, make me feel alive. I'll go my way, I really don't have a lot to do. Might tell why, but it's time, better spend with you. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I said, I see that woman, now I know she love to come along. Take my breath away, baby, when you help me sing this song. Light at the end of the road is just as bright as the day. All these words don't mean nothing if you don't come my way. But just go away. I'll take the long way home, 'cause I really like this song. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Won't you come along down my road? We'll find out what's in our soul. I said, no more back roads, baby, we have yet to drive. Give me rhythm, yeah, give me rhyme, make me feel alive. I'll go my way, I really don't have a lot to do. Might take a while, but it's time, better spend with you. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. Yeah, 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 I said I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. I'll take a long way home, 'cause I really like this song. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Homegrown and good for you, the main event is radio the way it should be.
Beating God, your mother,
when you're gone. Now, out there, please take care. With the thing that you had to go. No, you could have stayed here as long as you like. No one need have known. Yeah, money is for spending. We go eat bed measuring. With your heart's hard as diamond. Do you love? Don't need a thing. Yeah, money is for spending. We go eat bed measuring. But your heart's hard as diamond. Do you love? Don't mean a thing. No. Do you love? Don't mean a thing. No. Do you love? Don't mean a
Baby, we gotta have us a little talk. Ought to pack up my things and walk. I know a dollar goes from hand to hand. Before I let you go from woman to woman, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log. Love you, baby, but you won't be fair. You don't know how to be on the square. Have your fun if you must. Before I have a man that I can't trust, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log. Ba-diddle-da-bum, boo-dee-ba-da-da, ba-diddle-dee-ba-ba-doo-da, ba-diddle-doo-ba, doo-ah-ba-ba-doo, dee-ba-da-doo, ba-da-doo-la-doo-la-doo-la-doo, ba-da-da-da-da, dee-ba-dee-dee-ba, boo-da, ba-diddle-dee-ba, boo-da, ba-diddle-dee-ba, ba-dee-ba, ba-dee-da, ba-diddle-dee-ba, boo-da, ba-da-da-doo-da, ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da, tweet, tweet, tweet. Love you, baby, but you won't be fair. You don't know how to be on the square. Have your fun if you must. Before I have a man that I can't trust, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log. Well, you promised me you'd be coming through. Our friends all laugh and call me a fool. Your kisses as sweet as they can be. Before I let you make a fool out of me, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log. Well, you promised me you'd be coming through. My friends all laugh and call me a fool. Your kisses sweet as they can be. Before I let you make a fool out of me, I'd rather drink muddy water and sleep in a hollow log.
Pam Baker on the Maine Event Radio Show. Pam Baker and the SGs. I'd rather drink muddy water. From Tumbling Bones, we heard Money is for Spending. And for my kids, I would say money is for spending wisely. Tim Sullivan before that, Long Way Home. And getting started for this edition of the program, it was Muddy Ruckus, Pretty Bones, from the album of the same name. And that's just to start things off, so stick around if you can. We've got lots to do, just like with every edition of the original Homegrown Radio Show, where it's always good to have some stories about the culture and whatnot around our great state. Joe Perham has some good stories about the woods and the people that populate them, and the stuff they do. Here he comes right now, Joe Perham on the Main Event.
Well, I read somewhere, folks, that the average hunter is 120 pounds of muscle, 50 pounds of bone, and 3 pounds of brain, which explains a lot of things. Now, I know there's different points of view on the subject of hunting, but just ask yourself, would you want your sister to marry one of them fellas? Regardless, there's just too damn many people around who think that because they can outsmart a rabbit, they can do anything. Like my friend Freddie. He used to brag he could grab a wildcat with his bare hands and subdue it. Well, we were out cutting wood one day, and we see a wildcat run into a cave. So I says, there's your chance. So Fred, he crawls in there, and there's a terrible commotion. So I says, Fred, did you grab him? Damn right I grabbed him. Now will you please crawl in here, Joe, and help me let go? Now, I've been around hunters long enough to make a few observations. Hunters spend a lot of time sitting around the fireplace during the evening spitting tobacco juice. Now, as near as I can figure, they like to hear it sizzle. After a day of hunting, that probably seems pretty exciting. Also, some hunters spend most of their time hunting. The truth is, most of them ain't smart enough to hold a steady job. And the reason that hunting has never achieved the popularity of sex as a hobby is that sex lends itself to joke making. There's nothing funny about hunting. Now, the only funny hunting story I ever heard was about this Massachusetts fella that used to spend Novembers every year up to Hunter's Camp in Greenwood. Now, he'd been coming up for 38 years and never got his deer. And no one got his deer for him, because they're all law-abiding up at the Hunter's Camp in Greenwood. So Freddie and this fella went out one morning, and this Massachusetts fella was dressed in his LL Bean boots, and his LL Bean stockings, you know, and his LL Bean pants, and his LL Bean shirt, and Freddie says to him, says, there's 2 deer standing right there. You ought to get one of them. Well, this Massachusetts fella pulls his gun up and takes aim. And then he turns back to Freddie and says, this is the first deer I ever shot in my life. Well, when he looked back, the deer was gone. Yeah. You know, it's as hard to get the truth out of a deer hunter as it is to get a cat to lick mustard. Now, I asked this old feller, Uncle Vern, up to Mason, if he'd done much hunting lately. He says not since my accident. You see, I was hunting up in the back of Smith Pond, where I knowed there was a big old 12-point buck stomping around. Well, I come up over a ridge, and that buck jumped up not 8 yards away, looking right at me. Well, I fired my .30-06 from the hip and hit him straight on. I was using the .06 because my brother had the .30-30. Well, you know, that buck wheeled around so fast that the high-powered bullet come out the rear and wounded me right in the shoulder. Well, he says, it still bothers me when I shave. Now, that's the way it is with hunters. It's like when once Freddie borrowed a muzzle loader to go hunting. Now, you only get one bullet with a muzzle loader. Well, he got this moose license, you see, last fall. And he went out, and he come back with a moose. He'd hit it in the foot, the neck, and right back of the front shoulder. All in one shot. Well, I asked him how that could be. Well, Fred says the moose had his head around the side, and he was scratching his neck with his hind foot when I fired.
I've done a lot of eating in my day. Had London broiled in London, got bombed in old Bombay. The hamburger in Hamburg wasn't all that great. I'm looking for some cooking from the Pine Tree State.
Now this is called Maine cooking. It's a bunch of recipes that's been passed down from generation to generation. Let me give you an example, coming right up here. Muck on a skillet, toss in some lard. Fry a bunch of smelts up till they get real hard. Toss a lighted match in if you want to have them charred. That's Maine cooking.
You know you talk about generator to generator, Steve. Well, here's one that's been passed down so many times it's gone bad. It's kind of a hoof-to-mouth passed on kind of thing, you might say. First, you mix a macaroni into a pot, add a can of tuna in, heat it till she's hot. Dump a quart of milk till it all turns to glop. Oh, I tell you, that's real Maine cooking.
Oh, that sounds really good to me, Jerry, but every once in a while, you gotta have your vitamins.
Vitamins?
Your thiamine.
Yes.
Your niacin.
Throw in
Your
my
minerals.
Sure.
You know, and that's when you gotta just chop a chunk of turnip in a plastic bowl. Lots of lime jello and form into a mold. Serve it on a platter with a Packer House roll. You got yourself some good Maine cooking.
We don't eat our food by how it looks. We can't read, so we don't need cookbooks. No, sir. Dow.
Now I've got an example here of a surf and turf. Kind of a combination platter put together.
Good.
Old recipe goes like this.
About it, would you?
Cream of clam and some spam in a pan straight with Pam. Little leg of lamb and a dollop of jam. Drain your clam and your spam into a candied yam, Mr. Man. That is some Maine cooking.
There's one we have when we go up hunting up the county, you know. It's real good. You gotta bring a few ingredients before you get out there, but it's one that my uncle passed on down to my cousin, you know. Mash and mush a moose meat into a patty. Bake her in the oven with a Finnan Hattie. Works a lot better if that moose meat's fatty. Mister, that's real Maine cooking.
That sounds good, Jerry, but you know you can't always eat in.
No,
sometimes I like to take the wife out to eat. If it's fall, we go up to that Freiburg Fair, French fries, fried dough. Eat a bunch there, then we get a bunch to go. We better find a portal because we're gonna have to go. As a result of that old Maine cooking.
we don't eat our food by how it looks. We can't read, so we don't need cookbooks. No, sir. Down.
Well, we've had the main course, we've had the appetizers, we've had the combination dishes, the turf. I am ready for just a little bit of dessert. How about you?
Something for the sweet tooth.
Something special from Grandma's cupboard.
This whole thing right
It's pretty good. We'll give her a try. Here's what you do.
Pop right on that thing.
Rub a rhubarb raw, cram her in a crust. Stuff her in the oven till she like to bust. Drag a tub of Cool Whip on her if you must.
I must.
That's Maine cooking.
Whoa,
I am stuffed.
That just about does it.
I can't eat another
Bring
thing.
out the bromo, Rosa.
I am
Back teeth
flooded.
are floating.
That's
Maine cooking. There. Oh, there. Oh, sorry.
The main event. It's not just another pretty radio show.
I am a roving gambler, I've gambled all around. Whenever I meet with a deck of cards, I lay my money down. Lay my money down, lay my money down. I had not been in Frisco many more weeks than 3. I met up with a pretty little girl, she fell in love with me. Fell in love with me, fell in love with me. She took me in her parlor, she cooled me with her fan, whispered low in her mother's ear, I love that gambling man. Love that gambling man, love that gambling man. Daughter, oh dear daughter, how can you treat me so? Leave your dear old mother here and with the gambler go. With the gambler go, with the gambler go. mother, oh dear mother, you know I love you well, but the love I have for the gambling man, no human tongue can tell. Human tongue can tell, human tongue can tell. I started out in Frisco and I wound up in Maine. I met up with a gambling man and we got in a poker game. Got in a poker game, got in a poker game. Money in the pot and dealt the cards around. Saw a deal from the bottom of the deck, so I shot the gambler down. Shot the gambler down, shot the gambler down. Now I'm down in prison, got a number for my name. Warden said as he locked my cell, you gambled your last game. Gambled your last game, gambled your last game.
That's the Marana Cook String Band on the Maine Event with Roving Gambler. We heard the Wicked Good Band with some Maine cooking, a few culinary tips for us, which followed Joe Perham's tales of hunters in Maine. You know, if you're going to be out in the woods hunting, you got to learn how to cook, so we threw in the advice from Wicked Good Band, too. That and more coming your way. A visit to the Vault of Vinyl coming up, by the way. That's where we grab a record from our dusty, scratchy old stash in the Vault of Vinyl and play a song from it for you. It's always a good time. Along with the rest of the show, stick around if you can. Right now, our latest news, you can catch the Maine Event on Facebook via YouTube video that is posted every week. Every new show is posted as a YouTube on our Facebook page, the Maine Event Radio Show page. So you can catch the show there. You can also catch it by going to our website, emiradio.org, and hit the Listen Now button. You got the current show right there in your ears. So however you want to do it. Like us on Facebook too, would you? And tell your pals. Maybe they'd like the show. In any case, always good to have your company. Really appreciate you tuning in. Let's continue now, shall we? Jonathan Edwards, Sailboat, the Maine Event.
Sailboat, sailboat, take me for a sailing you. Sailboat, sailboat, you're smooth over the water. The wind must be your father. You must be the ocean's daughter. Sailing, sailboat, sailboat, sail into my harbor. Sailboat, take us round the Cape of Good Hope, then we're on our way to the islands of the spices. Together we will navigate the way. Sailboat, 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 sail. Sailboat, 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 sail. Keep on sailing on. Sailboat, sailboat, take me for a sailing you. Sailboat, sailboat, smooth over the water. The wind must be your father. You must be the ocean's daughter. Sailing, sailboat, sailboat, sail into my harbor. Sailboat graceful as a musical note. They're on sea blue green. Take us down to Trinidad or places we have never seen. Sailboat, 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 sailboat. Sailboat, 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 sail. Keep on sailing on. Sailboat, your father. You must be the ocean's daughter, sailing, sailboat, in the sailboat, sailing to my sailing to my harbor.
From the county down, I've been tramping all around, side of the road underneath the tree. Sit down, have a drink with me. Name is Davy, I'm a rambling boy, and I've been rambling since I recall. Summertime is warm and free, but wintertime she bothers me. You know I had a wife, a different life. In the name of God, even had a good job. Sure hit the drink and forgot the things to go. Where the soft winds blow. My head in the winter snow, too cold to sleep. Everybody knows if I drift, my soul may go. So I just tramped till the darkness goes. Them go. Oh, mama, let them go. Where the soft winds blow. I'll take another drink so it warms my heart and warms my soul, but I can't stand this goddamn cold. Mama, let them go. Mama, let them go. Where the soft winds blow.
The Maine Event Radio Show. That man is Morris Dixon, and he is a actual modern troubadour, the real deal. Travels the world playing his good music and we are proud to have him as his work as part of our Maine Event radio show library. And that is called Where the Soft Winds Blow. Right now, time for our visit to the Vault of Vinyl. So let's grab one of those dusty old records and see what we got queued up. And this time we have something from Noel Paul Stuckey. This goes back to the 70s, having moved to Maine from his days as part of Peter, Paul, and Mary. Noel Paul Stuckey, from an album called Band and Body Works, this is Then the Quail Came, the main event, as we visit the Vault of Vinyl.
There we were, hungry and scared, wishing we never had come. Homes on our backs, dust in our hair, cursing the day we'd begun. Oh, tell me, I ask you, a friend of mine said, was it so bad where we were? We didn't have to come here to be dead. Was what we had so unsure? Then the quail came, falling like the dew on the ground. The quail came, each evening our food to be found, and taking our curses and turning them round, and filling our ears with those ungrateful sounds, unworthy to stand. I bow down. There we were, angry and naked, looking for someone to blame. Our bodies were aching and the babies were crying. Each day was so much the same. I tell you people, this journey is crazy. I heard someone say in his rage, how long will it be till we realize our folly and get back to where we were safe? Then the quail came, falling like the dew on the ground. The quail came, each evening our food to be found, and taking our curses and turning them round, and filling our ears with those ungrateful sounds, unworthy to stand. I bow down. Here we are, alone on a desert, fed on to dark dusk today. Every morning we wake up to find just the measure of food that we need for the way. Oh, once we would ask if we could have more to see that our future survived. But we know now at last nothing is sure except that at evening the quail will arrive. And oh, the quail came, falling like the dew on the ground. The quail came, each evening our food to be found, and taking our curses and turning them round, and filling our ears with those ungrateful sounds, unworthy to stand. I bow down.
Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. I've got them deep river blues. Let that rain drive right on, let them waves sweep along. I've got them deep river blues. My old gal's a good old pal, she looks like a waterfowl. I've got them deep river blues. Ain't no one left to cry for me, and the fish all go out on a spree when I get them deep river blues. Give me back my old board, or she'll sail if she'll float. I've got them deep river blues. I'm going back to Muscle Shoals, times are better there I'm told, and I've got them deep river blues. If my boat sinks with me, I'll go down, don't you see? I've got them deep river blues. Now it's time to say goodbye. If I sing, just let me die. I've got them deep river blues. Let it rain, let it pour, let it rain a whole lot more. I've got them deep river blues. Let that rain drive right on, let them waves wave along. I've got them deep river blues.
Every mile that they drive a poor man's wage. Not a dime to save our lives, you know the baby is on its way. Death will surely come to get us, better pack it up today. It's a long highway now, any place is better and glory bound. We are lost but we'll be found. Gonna leave this poor old town. Gonna leave this poor old, gonna leave this poor old, gonna leave this poor old town.
That's Cat Malich Bodie on the Maine Event Radio Show with the song called Poor Old Town. Having some hard times in the poor old town. Deep River Blues came from two old friends, and those two old friends would be Alan Mac McHale and Emery Hutchins. Right now, here's Chi Gong and the Nuclear Sioux. It comes from an old compilation album from way back, Bye Bye Baby Goodbye. A bit of everything and a whole lot of really good stuff. The Maine Event.
The ones that I sing about, when she turned to the cars, running down the road, coming down the road. Bye bye baby goodbye, bye bye baby goodbye. I never got a chance to say bye baby goodbye. I feel so alone, since she has gone.
make your night and coffee roll. Whoa, Lola, no more hullabaloo. Whoa, Lola, I'm never tired of you. All I want to do, spend the day with you. All I want to do is fool around with you. Whoa, Lola, no more hullabaloo. Whoa, Lola, I'm never tired of you. Whoa, Lola, all I wanna do. Whoa, Lola, is spend the day with you.
Variety is the spice of life, and variety is what you get. The Main Event Radio Show.
Every Saturday night after Beanhole Beans, everybody's gathered around the boob tube waiting for their magic numbers to be called. The one time that my numbers were drawn, my winning ticket was in that place that all good Maine folk put their highly prized, seldom used items. In the junk drawer. Where else? There's 3 pair of scissors and a bungee cord, 51 cards and a cribbage board, a ball-peen hammer, a map of Alabama, candles, matches, Boy Scout patches. There's a Popeye Pez and a Matchbox vet, Zippo lighter and a pack of cigarettes, sand dollar, dog collar, 10-pound test and a black night crawler. There's a ball of twine and brown shoelaces, cellophane tape and 1 pig eraser, 2 Elvis stamps stuck together, Megabucks ticket and a Daquan feather. There's a little top hat for my Monopoly game, flashlight pens and a candy cane, a birthday card I forgot to mail, and some fortune cookies that are half-past stale, nuts and bolts, nails and screws. There's a whole lot of stuff that I'll never use, and it beats counting sheep when you're trying to get to sleep. I got the junk drawer blues. I got the junk drawer blues. Lord, I can't lose. There's a needle and thread and some chewing gum, deadhead sticker and a wood pop gun, jujubes, Subaru keys, a Dunlop special and a couple of teas. There's a big wad of something out way in the back, I don't even know what you call it. Church key, honey dripper, buttons, and a new zipper. Don't forget my old leather wallet. There's a magnifying glass and a burned out fuse. There's a whole lot of stuff that I'll never use. It beats counting sheep when you're trying to get to sleep. I got the junk drawer blues. I got the junk drawer blues. Nuts and bolts and nails and screws. There's a whole lot of stuff that I'll never use. It beats counting sheep when you're trying to get to sleep. I got the junk drawer blues. I got the junk drawer blues. I can't lose these blues. I got the junk drawer blues. Can't lose these blues. Did I say Megabucks ticket? Oh, Lord, help me find that thing. I know it's here somewhere. Buried fishing hooks, hands, holes. Never find that thing. It's gone with the lilacs.
That's Coyote Kid on the Main Event Radio Show with Junk Draw Blues. We've all been there, haven't we? Alpine Ghost gave us Hullabaloo, and that's a project of Stephen Tabor Yardley. And that brings us to time to put a wrap on this edition of The Main Event, with thanks to this station for putting us on the air, thanks to Kevin Foley for getting the tech work done that I don't have a clue about, and thanks especially to you for joining me. I hope you're going to be here next time, because I know I will, when The Main Event comes your way once again. Till then, Dan Foley, signing off for The Main Event Radio Show, a Holy Mackerel production and coming to you from our roving headquarters on the eastern seaboard somewhere. But it's a secure location. Fret not. Be good to yourself, be good to the folks around you, and let's all be good to the planet. It's the only one we got. Going out a little fiddle music.